I don't think I'm going to be able to stop smiling through this entire video because Donald Trump just ended what might be the most embarrassing week of his entire presidency with yet another brutal humiliation. It's hard to imagine anything topping the political beating he took on Tuesday night. But somehow, he managed to outdo himself. While attending the Washington Commanders game, where he was supposed to be honoring veterans, something that couldn't be more opposite of who Donald Trump is, he was met with relentless, deafening boos. You could actually see the anger on his face as the crowd turned on him. We'll get into the clip in a second, but before we do, please leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button if you enjoy our channel. It really helps support our work. Now, before we show you this absolutely wild moment, I want to start with the perfect bit of context from Governor Gavin Newsom, who summed up exactly where Donald Trump's presidency stands right now. Deeply unpopular and falling apart.
You guys have awakened up our immune system. We're dealing with an invasive species by the name of Donald Trump. He is an historic president, however. Historically unpopular president. Under every key category. I mean, you can't even make this is hard to do. On every issue, on the economy, on tariffs, on immigration, on health care. Historically unpopular president. And he knows it. And he knows it. Why else? Why else did he make that call to your governor? Why else did he feel the need to rig the election before even one vote was cast? That's just weakness. Weakness masquerading as strength. That's Donald Trump. And he had a very bad night on Tuesday.
Let's all take a moment to remember just how deeply unpopular Donald Trump really is. And that's exactly why I wanted to start with that clip. His public humiliation tonight matters, because right now, there are still some Democratic senators actually considering caving to him. This is the same man who just suffered multiple crushing election defeats, losses brought on by his own failed leadership and his obsession with power. Donald Trump has become the most unpopular president in modern American history, hitting approval numbers we've simply never seen before. So if Senate Democrats, including Chuck Schumer, think it's smart to compromise with Trump at a time like this, they're completely misreading the moment. They should be taking a page out of Gavin Newsom's playbook and fighting back, not folding. Because let's be real, Trump's entire downfall stems from one thing: his endless obsession with himself. And you can hear that loud and clear in what he said right before walking into that stadium.
We're in a lot of great people right now. I'm a little bit late. I just want to say, was that the greatest flyover ever? Nobody's ever done a flyover like that. So these are the best pilots in the world. They say whoever flies Air Force One, the best pilots. And we just saw that. That was great. So we're going to have a good game. Things are going along very well. Country's doing well. The Democrats have to open it up. Thank you very much, everybody.
The Democrats have come to the table today.
Those were the latest comments from President Trump. We return now to our scheduled programming, already in progress.
It's also important to remember that Donald Trump isn't just obsessed with his flyover, but Trump wants the Washington Commanders to name their planned $3.7 billion stadium after him. Multiple sources with knowledge of the situation told ESPN. Donald Trump was supposed to be there to honor the brave men and women who've served this country. But of course, he made it all about himself. Instead of focusing on the veterans, he opened by bragging about his plane, how beautiful it is, how everyone supposedly loves it, and how the flyover was perfect. It's classic Trump, self-obsession on full display. And here's the kicker. The same stadium full of people that he's praising, the same crowd he's about to face, is the one that completely turns on him. He even reportedly wants the new stadium being built to be named after him. Everything is me, me, me. That's Trump in a nutshell. But the universe has a sense of humor because what happened next was pure poetic justice. The booing was relentless, loud, sustained, and completely deserved. Honestly, it might be my new favorite soundtrack. I could make it my ringtone. Go ahead and take a listen.
And state your name. You solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies.
It's just beautiful to watch, truly poetic justice. You can see it all over Trump's face as he realizes what's happening. Why did I do this? Oh no, they're booing. Oh, it's getting louder. You can barely even hear him through the sea of boos. The microphone is turned up, but it doesn't matter. He's completely drowned out by the sound of America rejecting him in real time. That sound, that roar of disapproval, is all Senate Democrats need to hear right now, nothing else. They don't need to take any more calls or read any more polls. That audio tells the whole story. What leverage does Donald Trump have? None. The American people just sent a clear message on Tuesday. We reject this administration. We want our health care protected. We want stability. People are hurting, and they know that giving Trump what he wants will only make things worse. So why even consider giving this man a win? Why cave to the least popular president in U.S. history at his lowest moment? His administration is falling apart, his team is splintering, and he can barely stay awake during an Oval Office briefing. Let's be honest, you could swap him out with the skeleton sitting behind me, and no one would notice. This is not a man to negotiate with. This is not a leader who inspires confidence. So, Democrats, don't you dare give him a victory. Please, have a backbone. Listen to the boos. America's behind you. Everywhere Trump goes, he's met with rejection. People are done with him. The marches, the record-breaking voter turnout, the rallies for democracy, they're all proof that Americans are ready to fight back. So follow the example of leaders who actually get it. Leaders like Gavin Newsom, who continues to show us what it means to stand up to Donald Trump and push back with strength.
Democrats are the ones keeping this government shutdown going. Do you agree with the strategy?
Well, the bottom line is the President of the United States canceled a meeting with the two leaders because of public pressure before the government shutdown. He decided to have that meeting. He didn't invite you and others in, which for Donald Trump in and of itself is remarkable. He just instead sent out a True Social with Trump 2028 hats. And then he went golfing that weekend before the shutdown, shortly thereafter. He had no interest or energy into avoiding this government shutdown. He has no interest or energy to end it today. He's the President of the United States. As someone who's an chief executive of a state larger than 21 state populations combined, the fourth largest economy, you have a responsibility in that role to convene, to bring people together. That's why there's a government shutdown, period, full stop. What the Democrats, though, have done, and I give Jeffries and Schumer tremendous credit, is they've galvanized people of all political stripes, rural, urban, suburban, on the issue that defines so many problems in so many ways and so many days, and that's healthcare and the anxiety people are about to feel with 100 to 388% in California, up to 388% increase in premiums and costs. So I think they've been right, but Donald Trump needs to act like the president, not just be president. He needs to do the job.
So there are a lot of repercussions for this government shutdown. Obviously, air travel is a mess. And then SNAP benefits, food stamp benefits for 42 million Americans. As we sit here, the Trump administration is fighting a court order to tell them to pay out full SNAP benefits. Vice President J.D. Vance called the judge's ruling that the U.S. needs to pay, that the Trump administration needs to pay these SNAP benefits. He called the ruling absurd. He said the administration is, quote, not going to do it under the orders of a federal judge. Now, I know that's 5 million Californians receive SNAP benefits.
5.5, and the difference is in California, they were fully restored in my state through November. That said, they obviously have not been in the vast majority of states. But think about the state of mind of the vice president. How do they honestly, how do you square the circle when you go to a prayer breakfast? How do you square the circle? I mean, Old Testament, New Testament. Well, what's the fundamental thing that connects from John to Matthew to Proverbs? It's this notion of hunger. Feeding the poor, the sick, the tired. It's not an option, it's central to advancing God's will. I mean, the fundamental point that we'd be using, because this is what it's about, and the federal government said it in the lawsuit, that they want to use it as a bargaining chip to end this shutdown. That's shameful. It's never happened in U.S. history. And I appreciate the governors, the 23 AGs that stepped up and sued. And we've won those lawsuits. Now we need to win the heart and mind of the President of the United States, not just the Vice President of the United States, to do the right damn thing.
Wake up. Seriously, wake up and listen to Gavin Newsom. It's almost poetic that the two groups who need that message most are right here in this conversation. First, the elected Democrats who still aren't acting like Gavin Newsom. The ones writing polite op-eds, sending strongly worded letters, pretending that's enough. It's not. This is a fight, and it needs fighters, not letter writers. And the second group, the mainstream media, the Jake Tappers of the world, the ones who see Donald Trump half asleep in the Oval Office and somehow decide, you know what America needs, another Joe Biden think piece. Or worse, breaking news, James Tallarico follows a few models on Instagram. Seriously? That's what we're doing? We're in the middle of an authoritarian takeover, and your big headline is, Democrat likes attractive women online? Please. Who cares? He's a human being, not a monk. Meanwhile, Trump is basically comatose at his desk, and that's not your headline? The press has become so obsessed with trivial nonsense that they're missing the collapse of democracy happening right in front of them. So, yes, wake up. Senate Democrats, mainstream media, Jake Tapper, wake up. I know I'm fired up. I know this sounds like a rant, but it's because it matters. We can't afford another cycle of sleepwalking while Trump erodes everything in plain sight. And as for me, I'll be up tonight rewatching that glorious clip of Donald Trump getting booed into oblivion, smiling, laughing, and hoping it finally lights a fire under some people to start fighting and reporting, like our democracy depends on it. If you want to keep that fight going, hit subscribe, leave a like, drop a blue heart in the comments, and until next time, I will see you soon.